In the middle of an ancient land, an old city, where everything and everyone was really gritty, and you couldn't expect anyone to give you any pity, a boy named George started to turn into a man. His mother and father told him you gotta be able to defend the earth beneath you, and on it your life will depend. For little George, they saw nothing better than sending him to a school to learn a bunch of religious facts. So for the not-so-little George, there were two paths, be a preacher or a politician, so no math. Just a lot of laying around and reading in baths. He got good grades and did well in his tests, but his teacher said he did get into trouble because he didn't play well with others and made them pay double. He really didn't like others and called them pests. He didn't mind stepping over them as he climbed up the ladder. At his church, when people deigned to be late, he'd have them forced to be tied to a weight, and as a warning, he'd place their bodies on the gate. He'd grab the offering plate as it was passed around and help himself so he could build himself a castle. Everybody cowered a little bit when they saw his tassel. He ran for election and was waiting for the time to be crowned. He sharpened his blade as the vote started pouring in. His opponent started to taunt him, so he was put on the wall. After this, George knew he had to go AWOL. Since no one likes an axe-murdering preacher at all, it's hard to give you sermons about the good book when you spend most of your time running from the law. So he knew from this place and job he had to withdraw. He'd get his crown again when he found his little nook, so he started looking through the classifieds and highlight. I can be a soldier for hire, he realized so soon. He wore a uniform so nice that all the ladies did swoon. So he went to war singing a very cheery tune, and he did a good job and got medals for all the remains that he piled up before him for disagreeing on theology, and wouldn't have mercy on them or take an apology. With a swinging mace, he beat in all their brains. He finally got a way to get to his goal. Only one man stood in his way, and that was his boss. He was mean, nasty, and like all of them are, easy to cross. If he was removed from the picture, it'd be no loss, so he offended him on purpose, so he'd take exception by taking his wallet and buying his wife a necklace. He promised her she'll soon see her husband necklace. The boss raised his pistol and said, "Go pay for the deception." Big George blew him away from where he once stood. The cops pulled him over and said, "You gotta stop killing. We don't like what in this society you're instilling, so we'll take you to jail if you're perfectly willing." And George agreed this time, claiming he needed a break. So he walked the circle and learned the harmonica and received letters from a girl named Veronica. He promised her that when he got out, he'd kill her boyfriend Blake. Then they'd be king and queen and ride out to the moon. Veronica said there was only one problem though. You have to change if you really want to be my beau. I'm the wrong religion, just so you know. And I'm stuck in my ways, so I need you to convert. So George took water from the sink and got rebaptized and became what he had one time despised. His old church was appalled he had changed for a girl in a skirt, but it was no big deal for him at all. He'd do it again. Gordon came to his cell and said, "You're what I need. I'm looking for someone who can make men bleed." George happily said, "I'm the one to do the deed." He found his coat, his sword, and most of all his mace, and set out to fight some ill-defined people. Then he gathered them all up and pushed them off a steep hill. When the warden said maybe we should put them in an enclosed space, George just laughed as he watched them tumble down. Of course, you and I know they always put criminals in the Senate, and as soon as he was in office, he broke every tenet. Anyone who said anything negative was then hit. Veronica was soon the nation's financial secretary. I don't want to accuse her of stealing from the fund, but in that premium leather jacket, she sure stunned. Luckily, she had 20 different ones for when she grew wary of appearing to wear the same thing to all of George's parties. The townspeople had sure grown tired, so the warden to fix the problem was hired. George was walking in the woods just like he desired when out of the trees came an unusual bear, and the beast unzipped itself and stabbed him in the heart. "I'm a product of my mind," said the man who misread Descartes. George said, "Oh no, Mr. Cub, I've stumbled upon your lair." George sat down and forgot to have his last thought. Veronica found him and was distraught and said, "I'll bury him in his bloody clothes on the yacht." She didn't think any more about the plot because she went to Warden Blake's house to recover. George left behind his deeds and his name until gravediggers dug him up to steal his fame. George didn't make the right choice of not being a fighter and being a lover, and I'm not sure the next time it won't be the same.